Hey, I have a question for you.
What's up, man?
Yeah, so do you believe there's a heaven after we die?
I feel like I'm not exactly sure what happens when we die, but
Hmm.
there's opposites of everything in the universe for me. So infinite good, where we're being close and centered to Christ for me,
Mm-hmm.
is infinite peace, love, and joy. And simply the separation from that
Yeah.
downwards would be infinite gaga feelings for me.
So heaven
So
and
to
hell,
some
right?
degree, they
Yeah.
yes,
So when you
but
die,
I
do
feel like
you?
they're not like physical places how we like describe it, but
Mhm.
they're there.
So when you die, do you think you're gonna go to heaven or do you think you're gonna go to hell?
I mean, I'm right now trying to make sure my energy stays unchanged so then I can keep ascending instead of allowing anything to drag me down.
So what do you think it takes to get you to heaven? I guess.
What I think it takes
Mm-hmm.
is to simply live a life like without sin because sin takes away your energy
Mm.
and then it makes you go down there anyway because energy is kind of life force anyways. So if you just have no sin and then you like make sure your own energy stays good, then you're pretty sturdy and then
Yeah.
you're pretty okay.
But that's hard, right? I mean, we can't stop sinning. I mean, I for myself, I can't stop sinning. For example, we know that lying is a sin, right? So I lied a lot of times, man. I try to stop it, but I just can't, right? So how about you?
Yeah, but so
Have you
what is
ever told
something
a
that
lie before?
of course
Yeah,
I
right.
have, but now I strive not to lie because I feel like I don't benefit in lying
Oh
in
yeah, I
deceit.
agree.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing that I'm hiding from. I'm not afraid anymore. For me, I didn't like myself and I hated myself, so I felt like it was necessary to lie, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So
But I was, yeah, scared of
when
a judgment or punishment, but only he can punish me. So
Oh yeah, I agree. So every sin that we made, right, that we committed, it deserves a punishment, right? Otherwise, God would be unjust.
I feel like deserves is a weird word,
Mhm.
and it's just more of a balance in the universe. It's not like he sees things as good or bad for me. It's just he sees it just as is, and the balances in the universe are already there for your energy.
Because I believe that God set the laws, the Ten Commandments, because that's what's good, right? So when He says, "Do not tell a lie," we know that lying is bad. He doesn't want us to be bad, right? He doesn't want us to be liars, right? And He also said that lying is bad because God is the truth, right? He can never tell a lie, right? And so
Mm,
He set those rules for us to follow because He knows that that's the optimum way to live, right? And so
mhm.
I broken God's laws. You probably broken God's laws. For example, lying,
I
cursing,
mean, I don't think that's
being
the optimum way to live per se.
hmm,
Optimum would like be varied on your what's it called? Like however you see fit. Because technically, like Jeffrey Dahmer, for example, right?
hmm.
He didn't care about his actions, so his own energy stayed perfectly fine. That's why he got good stuff in life and he attracted good shit because his energy stayed fine. But then he realized later on that if it was shit, so then he started sinking. So that's when he started repenting.
So you're saying that morality, good and bad, is determined by how you perceive it.
Yes.
So let's say I think that killing is good. It's okay for me to kill, and there's no repercussion as long as I think it's good.
No, I'm just saying, it won't have a repercussion on your own energy, and it won't affect you.
Yeah, but
So technically, in our laws or whatever, yes, you'll get
huh?
arrested, and yes, it is unjust to kill someone. But if you genuinely don't see it like that, then it won't affect your energy, and you can still continue having a good life while you're here. But then once you die, pleasure has to be paid back as one of the laws of the universe. Feel me? So
Yeah.
either way, you'll get some sort of bow, but you could live a good life here, just keeping your energy fine.
Yeah, I mean, at one point, I agree with that, but ultimately, we have to face God's judgment, right? I mean,
Yes.
what's 80 years of living here thinking that bad is good when the repercussion after life is an endless punishment in hell, right? I mean, that's why I don't think that we should exchange eternity for the few years that we live here, right? That's why we have
Yeah, I
to.
agree. I
Yeah, and
never understand why people take that choice.
yeah, and
The
so the,
instant gratification over the eternal like love.
yeah, and so yeah, so there has to be a punishment and a reward, right? Whether we do good or we do bad. But the problem is that we all broken God's laws. Like I told you before, right? I lied, you lied, we became rude to other people, we curse, we swear, right? A lot of other things, right? I mean, yeah. And so I broken God's laws, you broken God's laws, right?
Mhm.
So when we die, right? Let's say after that, right? You're facing God and he sees
Wait,
those things, right? Will he judge you as innocent or guilty for breaking his laws?
I mean, wouldn't it be like I feel like if I look at my kid or something, right? And I tell them not to do something,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then they do it anyways, I feel like that's more disrespect than they have to get like a bow bow anyways for me. But if they do something wrong and it's an accident, right? And then they can learn from their mistakes and they're actively, going better because none of us are perfect. Jesus was the only one that came here
I
saying, I'm
agree.
untainted for
Yeah.
me.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like showing the potential. So that's why I don't think he will hold you accountable for your mistakes if they're a genuine mistake for me.
But how
So as
many
long as you're
times, how many of your lies has been genuine mistakes and how many of them are deliberate? Like how many times do you lie because you don't want to get caught? Because for me, a lot of times when I lie, it's not because of a mistake. It's because, yeah, I just don't want to say the truth because I'm scared of the consequence. And that goes with other things as well, right? Being rude to others, cursing, swearing, right?
but it's like I kind of got past that. It's like fuck the consequences.
Mm. Well,
No
there
one can judge me but him.
yeah, and that's
I'm
why I'm
okay.
asking.
This is
That's why,
temporary.
yeah, that's why I'm asking you when you die and God were to judge you based on those things.
Mhm.
As you said, it's only God who can judge, right? So if He were to judge you on all the bad things that you've done, on all of the rules, the laws that you've broken, would you be innocent or would you be guilty in His eyes?
If it was solely on that, then I would
Mm-hmm.
be guilty, I'd say.
Yeah, and the same goes for me too, right? Where I'm no better than you, probably more guilty than you, right? And so, if God is just and and we're just talking about the laws that we broken, right? So we're guilty. Do you think we deserve a reward or a punishment?
I feel like we deserve like clarity.
Charity,
Clarity, like
clarity.
to be clear, yeah, to understand.
Yeah, but breaking the law, right? Initially, what do you deserve? Don't you deserve a punishment, right? I mean, you probably get
Why?
clarity, but punishment is there, right?
But
If
why?
because if there's no punishment, then the law doesn't have any meaning. Like, why set a law if there's no repercussion? Then everyone will just break the law.
Yeah, it's a law set in place, but let's say you didn't even know that law or you
Well,
didn't understand the severity of it.
yeah,
There's
well,
like a lot of things that I don't think you would be held accountable for
yeah,
me.
yeah. So there's grace in that, but we're talking about the laws that you know that are wrong. That's why I'm going with the basic. Me and you, we both know that lying is bad, right? And I've told you I've lied because it's not because
Mhm.
it's a mistake, but because I just wanna lie. At one point in time, I chose sin rather than telling the truth and pleasing God. So on those times wherein both of us know that it's wrong, but we did it anyway, right? Do you think we deserve a reward or a punishment?
No, I don't think we deserve anything. Deserve is such a weird word. Why do you use that word?
Because let's say,
Deserve,
for
I
example,
feels like is entitlement of
well,
some sort.
because that's the consequence. For example, in our society, if you broke the law, right, there's
Wait,
something that you
wait,
deserve.
wait. But doing it the other way, like if I do good, does that mean I'm supposed to be in heaven? Like I deserve a
Oh,
reward?
that
No,
yes, definitely.
you don't. He doesn't owe you shit. No one owes you shit.
Well, yeah. So, but here's the thing, right? The only one who deserve heaven are the perfect people. But again, we're not perfect, right?
No one deserves shit.
Yeah,
No one owes anyone shit.
only Jesus deserves heaven, right? That's right, because he's the only one that's perfect. Us, we don't deserve heaven because we've broken God's laws. That's why what we deserve is hell. We deserve punishment for all of the sins that we've done.
And then do you think hell is exactly how the Bible is, and where it's you're just stuck there for eternity and you just have to be like, "Oh, I did bad," and you just think back on it? Do you think that's what hell
So,
is?
well, do you believe that Jesus always speaks the truth?
Hmm?
Do you believe that Jesus always tells the truth, or do you think Jesus can lie?
I'm not sure, I wasn't there, but I'm pretty sure he would tell the truth.
Yeah. So when he says that hell is eternal, shouldn't you believe that?
Yeah, the place itself is eternal, but I
Yeah.
feel like once you're spiritual, like you're in that spiritual place, and the lake of fire is to absolve you from your sins.
Well, he never said that.
Because your spiritual energy doesn't like go away. Feel me? You're just energy. We're all one. We're all
Yeah.
connected.
Yeah, but Jesus being knowing everything, he never said that there is a second chance.